Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I'm telling you a story about an orphan boy. So let's start. The last story of Oliver Twist. But before this, let me tell you what all has happened. Oliver Twist is born in 1830s in a certain workhouse in England. His mother died at his birth and her name is not revealed. For the first 9 years of his life, Oliver lives in an orphanage but is then transferred to a warehouse later. He is bullied by some boys here to ask for more food after their meals. Oliver becomes an apprentice for Mr. Sowerberry, who was an undertaker. Oliver gets into an altercation with another apprentice who insulted his mother, and he is forced to run away from the wrath of Sowerberry. He escapes to London. There he is tired and starving when he meets a boy, Jack Dawkins, who offers him some shelter. As it turns, the owner of the shelter is Fagin, a criminal who turns orphans into pickpockets. Oliver gets his training and goes for his first stealing mission. He is caught after some confusion and escapes conviction for theft. Oliver is taken in by Mr. Brownlow, a man they had stolen from. A portrait in Brownlow's house resembles Oliver. Later, two members of Fang's gang kidnap Oliver and take him back to Fang. Oliver is forced into burglary and ends up getting shot. The owner of the house, Mrs. Maylie, and her niece Rose take him in, and he is even invited to spend summer with them in the countryside after they grow fond of him. Fagin is set on capturing Oliver again. The plan is revealed to Rose by Nancy, one of the gang members. Nancy gets murdered for it. Oliver is reunited with Mr. Brownlow by the Maylies, and it discovered that Oliver has a half brother named Monks who has been looking for him to ensure that Oliver does not get a claim to the inheritance. Brownlow gets Monks to give Oliver his share of inheritance. Rose is discovered to be Oliver's aunt and the sister of Oliver's mother. Fagin gets hanged for the crimes. Now, the last story of the Oliver Twist, the orphan born. Before 3 months had passed, Rose Fleming and Harry Maylie were married in the village church. Mrs. Maylie shifted with her son and daughter-in-law to enjoy her remaining days. The property remaining in the custody of Monks was equally divided between himself and Oliver, each getting a little more than £3,000. By the provisions of his father's will, Oliver would have been entitled to the whole, but Mr. Brownlow, unwilling to deprive the elder son of the opportunity of reform, proposed this mode of distribution, to which his young charge joyfully acceded. Monks, having quickly squandered his positions, once more fell into his old courses, and after undergoing a long confinement for some fresh act of fraud, died in prison. Mr. Brownlow adopted Oliver as his son. Soon after the marriage of the young people, the worthy doctor took a bachelor's cottage outside the village. Here, he took to gardening, planting, fishing, carpentering, and various other pursuits of similar kind. Mr. No Claypole received a free pardon from the crown in consequence of being admitted a prover against Fagin. Mr. and Mrs. Bumble, deprived of their situations, were gradually reduced to great misery and finally became paupers in that very same workhouse in which they had once lorded over the others. As to Mr. Giles and Brittles, they still remain in their old post, although the former is bald and Brittles quite grey. Master Charles Bates, appalled by Sykes' crime, reflected and realized that an honest life was the best. He struggled hard and became the merriest young grazier in all Northamptonshire. They were all truly happy. Within the altar of the old village church, there stands a marble tablet which bears one word, Agnes. Love and happiness prevailed. So, friends, with this story, we end our series of Oliver Twist. Friends, let us know which series you all want us to start, and if you like our Oliver Twist series, please subscribe our channel and do not forget to like, comment and share on our video. Thanks for watching.